Hey, Blue Table fans, Sean here. For a couple days now, I've wanted to do a video about Tyranids because apparently they are coming. And Eldar are my first love. Tyranids were my second army and my second love. And Tyranids are awesome because they are the only non-humanoid race in the 40K universe, and in fact they actually come from a galaxy outside of the Milky Way. So they really are the aliens. They come in from the edge of the galaxy and devour all in their path. And as I always say, that they're not evil, they're hungry. And so you know, and Tyranids are kind of the classic matchup. You know, you get Imperial Guard versus Nids, and you got a real Starship Troopers vibe going on. So I'm going to read you the rumors so you can hear my sweet and melodious voice. I know many of you will listen to this as you are trying to go to sleep, and that my presence through time and space will be of great comfort to you. Alright, let's move on. Gotta hand it to Bell of Lost Souls. They really did get what I see as the best of the Tyranid rumors. By the way, love this little Aliens versus Predator ad here. That goes along really well with the Tyranid rumors. So, anyway, guy, I'm not sure where to start with this. So this is about a creature supposedly called the Dominar, and you know, we're going to get to that, but I'm going to go ahead and head on over to the full Tyranid rumor roundup. So. There's Big Red from Bell of Lost Souls, all around nice guy. And so here we go. Older rumors. The Harpy has been complete for some time, unknown whether it gets released along with Apocalypse or held for the 6th edition Tyranid Codex. I'd be surprised if it didn't come out with the Codex. Because flyers are really a big thing, and if you look at recent releases like Chaos Space Marines, Eldar, they have each got a flyer as one of their main things. And as you know, in the 2010 release of the Codex, the Harpy was like, at first it was like, what to make of this creature, but in the end it turned out to be a bit of a dud, which was really too bad. In fact, let's go and look at the old Tyranid codexes. I've got some. Okay, this isn't what I wanted. Alright, so when I started, let's see if I can get these in order. This was the Tyranid Codex, so this is what I'm familiar with, and it had this neat little chart you would roll for each enemy unit and see what happened to it. It even had like an old chest burster thing going on. In fact, you know what I want to do is I want to look up first edition Ormagant. Let's see if we can find some images here. Okay. All right. This might just. Oh, here you go. Here you go. Perfect. These are the original Ormagants, and they had this very elongated alien type head, very Geiger-esque. And they were made out of metal, and in fact I purchased when I was first married, Daddy, and they were like, oh honey, I'm recording box. Stuff right now.
What's in this box?
Oh, I see it. Okay. Okay, hey Willow, come here. What? Come here. I'm recording a show. So say, hey Blue Table fans.
Hey Blue Table fans.
Alright, hey, you guys need to skedaddle. I'm talking about Tyranids. Okay, so anyway, when I was first married, we bought like 96 of these, and I actually curved these little spike things down because I thought they looked better that way, and I had nickels in the bases to weight them down because they were very top heavy. And this was in an age where, you know, GW really hadn't decided what Tyranids were going to look like, what the rules for the race were. They kind of just, you know, this scything talon shape I think made its first appearance here with these guys. And as you can see, it has like notches on the top, and it just, You know, this is kind of like a primal Zerg type of thing going on there. All right, so let's get rid of that. We've got, let's see, oh, here's supposedly the new one, but I don't know. Every single codex has had some kind of, yeah, I don't know. This doesn't make sense. I don't think that's going to be the cover. It just is not very imposing. All right, there's that. In fact, why don't we just get rid of this thing here? New video, Jimmy Kimmel, classifieds. There you go. Okay, and then this was the next one. I was actually an elementary school teacher when this one came out. And this had biomorphs in it. And we're going to actually read a rumor about biomorphs coming back, because the Carnifex sprue had like 3 heads, and no, excuse me, it has like 6 heads. It has 3 carapaces, and I'm just like, oh wow, because people want all that magnetized, and that easily doubles the net effort of the kit, which is fine. I mean, everything just has a price to reproduce the effort. So anyway, and then so that was the next edition. And then I'm pretty sure this one was next. So that's 3. And then here's 4. And then I don't know if I have those last 2 in order. So 4. And then, of course, you'll have the 5th version of the Tyranid Codex coming through. So, okay, let's go ahead and continue. So this one talks about biomorphs. We're going to get to that. Okay, wow, I talked for like 15 minutes on line number 1. Okay, Tyranids are after Space Marines. That turned out to be true. Tyranids will be receiving a large plastic monstrous creature. We're going to talk about that in a minute. We've got, now we have a thing where, you know, like the Wraith Knight for Eldar, but, you know, if they're going to make something bigger than a Turvagon, oh my gosh, how are they even going to fit that on that little base? You know, it's going to be like spinning a pirouette or whatever, because the rumors are that it has like a crab-like shape, which actually could make some sense. The new kit in comparison to Tyrannifex will have similar size ratios as the Wraith Knight to the Wraith Lord. Yikes. But I believe it. I think we're going to get the Harpy and then this giant creature, which are more rumors about. And this is only in like 3 weeks. I mean, December's coming up, guys. It's pretty scary. Let's see. Tyranid Prime Finecast, believe that. Harpy, roughly the size of Helldrake, pretty much looks like the picture in the prior codex. That makes sense. Doom of Malantai, clamshell package. That sounds reasonable. Parasite of Mordrax. I thought it was Mortrex. But anyway, okay, that makes sense. I mean, this is a lot of sculpting. Termagant sprues recut for more options. Now, yeah, I gotta tell you, that just, I don't know, I don't think they're going to redo the Termagants, because the Termagants are a pretty strong kit. There's nothing really wrong with them, and GW tends to not redo plastics. It adds something, which is a strategy that Privateer Press has done pretty well with, I think, is that the Privateer Press pretty much doesn't redo their old kits, they just add something new. So Mycetic Spore, I'm very excited about that one. There's more rumors about that coming. The Big Bug kit. Pyrovore gains Torrent and steep points reduction. Well, right now I think the Pyrovore is like 50 or 60 points, and it's a heavy flamer. Torrent, if you put those in Mycetic Spores and give them Torrent, that is going to be probably... I mean, that's going to be like the single drop pod thing going on there, because that's amazing. Hiveguard gains Skyfire. That remains to be seen. That's kind of out there. Altered Force Organization chart to help counter lack of allies. 3 HQ, 4 Elite, 6 Troop, 4 Fast, 4 Heavy. Purchase of 3rd HQ choice unlocks the extra Elite, Fast, and Heavy slots. That makes sense to me, and I like that. That's absolutely fantastic. But what does that mean? When I play against Rich and his orcs, he fills up all 17 Force Organization chart slots, and I gotta tell you, he covers that board with bodies. And that's pretty cool. Termagants gain fleet, new 10-unit box, includes options for spike rifles and strangleweb, curled tails, no rippers on sprues. That sounds consistent, but my prediction is there will be no remake of the Termagants. Because the list of other things is huge. So Big Bug, larger than Turvagon, sized HQ unit, oval base, hunched over but wider, has 18-inch synapse, Psyker Prime version, grants Feel No Pain and counterattack to Nids in 12 inches, stats like Turvagon except 2 attacks. And I don't know offhand what SITW is, maybe someone can tell me. Sounds familiar though. Alright, so another rumor is that this Big Bug, and there's like Karkanos and Dominar, something like that, makes sense to me. They actually are like a transport. And let me tell you why I love that idea. Because if I don't have to deploy 20 Ormagods at the beginning of the battle, that'll make me happy. And that'll make me buy this $115 kit. 2 new Tyranid Psychic Power lists. One is Destructive Powers, one is Augmented Powers. Turvagon upgrade options for Termagant spawns to give them the full options, but they're quite pricey. Tyrant Guard and Hive Guard dual build plastic kits, 3 models, all options for either unit. We're going to be looking at some pictures of that. This I believe. I think that makes sense. The dual kits have been kind of a big deal. Lictors, small points increase, gains surprise rule. All shots against Lictors a turn after they appear are snapshots. Death Leaper now an upgrade character. Now, this is interesting because the Lictor has really... Oh man, the Lictor's just been sidelined since like 2nd edition. In 2nd edition, they were awesome. They were so much fun. But now, they appear, they get shot up, and that's it. And as you know, in 40K, oh wow, sorry, it's been one heck of a week, and it's late Saturday night. So, yeah, it's 8 o'clock on Saturday, and I'm like, bed sounds awesome right now. As a side note, I came home for lunch today. I'm down at the studio on Saturday, kind of sewing stuff up. If you're listening to this and you're waiting on me or any BTP staffer, I'm really sorry. We are very close to being right on top again. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I came home for lunch today, and I was watching Red Dwarf with my wife eating lunch. And it's funny because I've only ever had Red Dwarf going on in the background. So I've never really actually looked at the screen while it was on, and watching it with my wife made me realize how dumb that show is. I mean, awesome dumb, but I was like, oh yeah, this really is pretty puerile, and but I love that show. And then we both fell asleep on the couch for like an hour. It was pretty incredible. So, but it felt good. I think Latin America has it right with the siesta. They actually close up all their shops for like 3 hours. All right. So anyway, in 40K, they're getting rid of anything that can charge the turn it comes in. They did it with Vanguard. They did it with Gene Stealers. They did it with Outflank. But I like this, where it's like they have a chance, but it's kind of like they're a flyer that first turn. That's awesome. So, Carnifex, significant cost reduction. Yeah, Carnifex is kind of like not the biggest boy on the board anymore. And also read somewhere they might be able to come down in a group in a Mycetic Spore, or you can buy them as a group. So, I say yes to broods of Carnifexes. All I want is for them to make it balanced, where it's not like some unit is just sidelined. Harpy, big overhaul, new model, dual combo kit, flying monster, screecher, sonic screech, combines with vector striking, additional spore mine sys, maybe purchases, upgrades. Default Stranglethorn has upgrade options. Flyer, fast attack choice, the alternative build for the Harpy kit. Now this, as we may run into, is like some kind of anti-flyer thing called a Aranius, which is like well, in D&D it was like this old female demon. Imgarl Gene Stealer, special arrival rules shared with Lictor, may now purchase standard Gene Stealer biomorph upgrades. Now, Okay, so let's think this through. So, Games Workshop, as you know, didn't lose a suit against a small company called Chapter House, but they didn't necessarily win it either. And so I think, as far as I can tell, their new strategy is to actually just make all the things that come in their books, so that you don't have these upstart companies, providing alternates. I mean, GW kind of like, it's almost like a whale with those little remoras, that follow it around underneath, those little head sucker fish, they create this secondary market. So, Imgarls, if I had to put money on it, that is so tough, because how are they going to do that? Is there going to be a fine cast kit? They're not going to do an upgrade kit, because those things are a pain. Alright, so I don't know. I'm going to put a big question mark next to the Imgarls. I'd be surprised if they weren't just... I'm going to do a little bit of a Hail Mary here and say Imgarls will probably be an upgrade for Gene Stealers. And that's how they'll run it. Hiveguard, new weapon upgrade option that grants Skyfire with an enhanced ability to ground flying monstrous creatures. Awesome. I would love to see that. Okay. We're on to... Here it is. We get a massive overhaul with psychic powers. Look for many new non-overt force powers that represent chilling, horrific, warp-stifling power of the hive mind. And I might add, synergy. That is a big thing in the game right now, of actually making your guys work together. So, yes, I like this. Okay. The idea that a psyker doesn't necessarily just go out and do something by himself. He or she, I guess, will actually sort of boost the other things in the army. See that a lot in Warhammer Fantasy now, and boy, it sure does work. A well-placed spell can really turn the tide. Aside from a few old chestnuts, look for almost all new Tyranid enhancing abilities and other new chilling and damping abilities to use on enemies, to reflect the horror, hopelessness, and dread of fighting the swarms under the psychic interference of the hive mind. Look for concepts such as dampened psychics for opponents mixed with bio-enhancement powers to bolster the swarms. Shadow and the Warp will remain in the Codex but receive a controversial overhaul. Okay. More existing units. Oh, hello, honey. What's going on? Oh, do you want me to open this for you?
Yeah.
You betcha.
Yeah.
Because Mom will love it that I'm opening Play-Doh for you.
Yeah.
At bedtime. Okay, be sure to get that in your hair and make a mess, okay?
Okay.
She's gonna go do it. And eat these Skittles while you're at it. Okay, more existing units will have the option of manifesting psychic powers. Okay, I believe it. Okay, here we go. No force organization, chart, and ally table changes. That makes sense. Devastation and Adaptation are new power hills with 3 powers each plus Primaris. I'm going to say 6 powers. I mean, why would they all of a sudden only do 3 powers just for Tyranids? But there you go. What I wonder is, here's my prediction for the Tyranid Codex. See if I'm right. What they will do is they will further define the roles of all of these different units. When the Tyranids came out in 2010, last time, it was a huge book. They added so much. In fact, they created this whole secondary market with all the stuff that they added. Hive Tyrants didn't have wings. You had to convert the wings. You had to convert Huragons. You may remember we did a lot of conversions for that. Brig was really awesome at those. So what you're going to see, for example, Tyranid Warriors, based on what we're about to read, I don't think you're going to have a thing where you'll see armies with a lot of Tyranid Warriors. I mean, you don't now because they're not as good as the massed creatures. But I think they're going to fall more in like in a very elite sort of thing. But I'd love to see them like, you used to see Knob armies. I love that. I've won, because I loved my Ormagants. They were fun. They were terrifying, you know, to have 120 or 180 little Gribblies running across the board. But quite frankly, that gets kind of old. Even though it's not cliched, it's an iconic scene. Yeah, it does get old. So yeah, I think that's what you're going to see. So same thing with Gene Stealers. Gene Stealers will be back to kind of like this elite, you know, ambushing unit. All right. Okay, let's just skip ahead. Ravenous advanced units with this rule can run an assault in the same turn. That would be huge. A lot like Battle Focus for for Eldar. The ground trembles. All monstrous creatures cause D3 Hammer of Wrath hits. I wish they would have just called them impact hits. Would have made sense. Red Terror, Death Leaper, and Old One-Eye are unique upgrades to their respective broods. I'm going to say yes to that one. Harpy Araignée, Plastic Dual Kit. Yeah, I think it'll be a different name than that. Harpy is designed to kill infantry hordes, provide support via its special Vector Strike. Awesome. Vector striking, it can use either Spore Mine Cyst to create blasts along the path, or Sonic Screech to have initiative and cause a pinning test. You know what the Harpy needs? The Harpy needs a Torrent Flamer attack that's Strength 6, AP 3, and can go any direction. That'd be awesome. That'd be fun. That'd be a lot of fun. Alright, let's keep going. Mycetic Spore is coming with new Tyranid release. Plastic combo kit that makes a spore and another large bug. It is an enormous creature with an immense abdomen transport stack that spills over the sides of a standard oval base. It has tiny vestigial arms similar to zoanthropes and a head with a tentacle-ringed maw. The giant abdomen sac looks swollen and has internal protuberances looking like Tyranid creatures are stretching the skin from within to rip their way out. Ew. Well, what? It's like a giant Turvagon? I don't know. Yeah, something doesn't fit with this. Well, and I like the Turvagon because they did something different. Rather than just have this transport creature, they made it so it actually creates units, which I thought was really, 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 really cool. Alright. Crawling Plague, named Venomthrope. Okay, this sounds legit. But I'm just going to skip ahead. We're going to go to Fayette. I love this site. It's Natfka, blogspot.blogspot.com, Natfka. Tyranid releases. The 7th. Okay, Christmas bundles. It's not what I'm looking for. Not what I'm looking for, guys. I'm looking for the pictures. Come on, give me some pictures here. There she blows. Now, these have been mistaken for Tyranid warriors. They're obviously Hive Guard. Notice they have this other weapon here, so that makes sense. I predict, if you look, they have like bone plates over their eyes, so that would contribute, I think, to the idea that this kit will also make Tyrant Guard, and I predict that is how it's going to be. Now I can't tell is this like a spike here? I think it is. I think it's you know what? I'll bet you this is like some kind of harpoon gun. This is the thing where it grounds flying creatures. That'd be awesome, right? And I would love to see where could be mixed units. Like you could take different types of weapons, mix and match. So yeah, I predict this will be Tyrant Guard, Hive Guard kit, and I gotta say, it looks awesome. It looks really awesome, guys. We cannot wait to start painting up those Tyranid armies for you. It is, boys, going to be Return of the Fungus Nids. Actually, I think I'm gonna do Salsa Nids. Salsa Nids was an old, it had like this pale green Tyranid carapace. Alright guys, I am super tired. It has been one heck of a week at Blue Table Painting. I want to tell you that I have an extremely dedicated crew. We are in every day. See, this is not the cover. anyway, we have an extremely dedicated crew in every day. At the time of this recording, I am looking for people to work in our trade-in program, and that means you'll need to be able to assess trades. You'll give gift certificates for them, and then of course you will unpack them and get them up on our web store, because what an absolutely great service to the community to be kind of a hub for getting rid of old models and getting some new models. So folks, thanks for tuning in, and I really appreciate all of the good vibes. And now I think I need to go watch some StarCraft Zerg versus Terran reports.